and welcome back to my channel. And today I have another review today, and we are going to be reviewing the new addition in the Tarte Tarlette collection, the Tarte Tarlette Toasted. Now say that like 5 times fast. These names need to just be chill. This is a holiday release and is not a limited edition, which is very nice, I think. You open it up and the shades are very similar to a lot of palettes that we have seen. A lot of people have been comparing this to the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. You are getting 12 shades that are 1.5 grams each for a price tag of $46. I do really enjoy the packaging on this. It's got this like beautiful amber almost looking feel, very evocative of the name, and just goes all over well into the theme of the palette. It is what I am wearing on my eyes today, and let me tell you, stick around until the end because my opinion of this palette will probably shock you, and it honestly shocked me a bit too. But before we get into that, we are going to be doing some swatches for you guys. So we're going to start from here and kind of just go like this. So we are going to start with the shade Some More, which is probably not going to show up on me. This is what I use to just kind of set my primer. Actually, you can see it there. It's just a nice, primer setting shade. And then we have the shade Sunrise right here, which is almost the same color, but just has a hint of shimmer running through it. That is what I have on the inner part of my eye. Then we have the shade Sunset going on right here. You don't need a lot with these. They are very pigmented, as you can see from that swatch. Then we have the shade Crackle, which is sort of a brown infused with glitter that we've been seeing in a lot of palettes recently. Too Faced, Kat Von D, but it is extremely pigmented and very smooth. And sort of like that Kat Von D Ember shade from her Saint Sinner palette, the shimmer running through here actually does not go away as you are working it onto your lid. There still is that little bit of sparkle and whatever going on in your eyes, and I think that is very cool because usually these shades that have that glitter pumped into them kind of underperform compared to other shades. Then here I am obsessed with this shade Cashmere right here. That is what I started first working all into my crease. It looks very unassuming right there, but on the eyes it is absolutely stunning. Then we have the shade Warmth, which is another favorite of mine from this palette. There we have that one right there. Next, we have Flame right here, which I do believe is one of the stealing the show from this palette. It is just absolutely stunning, and my swatches are starting to change like they always do. And then last here, we have Cozy, which is so beautiful. I mean, I feel like Tarte really hit this super well. That is the only one that on the swatch you can see it is a little bit patchy, which is honestly not uncommon for the darker shades. Then last here we have Candle, which is another beautiful shade. It is a little bit chunky, kind of like their Skin Twinkle palette volume 2. It like literally feels like that highlighter, but it is very beautiful. You can see it right there. Then we have Latte, which is probably the most simple, easy transition shade in this whole palette. Have it right there. Summer Simmer, which looks like this. Have it right there. And then last but not least, Fireside, which is this deep, dark Ember shade right there, just like, oh my goodness, the Cozy shade here. It is a little patchier, but when the shade gets darker and darker, that tends to be the case. So we have a really nice selection of swatches going on here. I feel like some of these standout shades is definitely this one right here. This one is stunning too. This one. I mean, let's just cut to the chase. I absolutely love this palette. And I don't just love it for the color selection, because these really are colors that I am very much drawn to. It is very akin to the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette and a bunch of themes that we've been seeing. I mean, Morphe 35O really kind of kicked everything off with that. But what is so amazing about this palette? Yes, the colors are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. We're drawn to that. This is the best performing Tarte palette I have ever used, and I am honestly super surprised that it is actually this Tartlette palette, because the other Tartlette, the original Tartlette and the Tartlette in Bloom, those shades are a bit stiffer, not as pigmented. They can sometimes go on a little bit patchier. They're good shades, but when you compare them to this, I feel like Tarte completely revamped its entire formula and pumped all of that right into this palette. And the results show. Like, I was so blown away. I expected to have the same experience that I had with the other Tartlette palettes, but no. These are now, I would say they're more akin to, say, a Lorac palette. They are so pigmented and buttery and smooth, and they blend like a dream. I was just doing my eyeshadow and I was like, they're just blending themselves. I'm just la 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 la, and they just blended out gorgeously. This was totally a shock for me, and I was not expecting for this palette to be that good. Now, there are two shades that I find are a little bit lackluster in the palette, and that is going to be this Sunrise shade right here. It just doesn't have a lot of pigmentation compared to the other one. Spray a little, Fix Plus setting spray onto your brush. It is going to pack more of a punch. And this shade I don't enjoy using a lot because it is a bit, I don't know if you can see, I've swatched it and, kind of used it, and the Tarte imprint is already gone from it. It's just a bit more crumbly and kind of more difficult to work with. You definitely want to use just a patting motion. Don't ever try blending this out, because that's not going to end well. But the consistency and the quality of this palette overall is absolutely amazing. I think it is like the best palette Tarte has come out with this year. So in my opinion, if you like these colors, or if you're a Tarte collector or whatever, I would highly recommend this palette, and I might even recommend it more than the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, because this just performs so beautifully. And even this shade right here, it is just so smooth and pigmented and blends like a dream. This palette literally had me shook, because I had no expectations for it to perform nearly as well as it did. So yeah, this bad boy definitely gets a glowing review from me. Was not expecting that whatsoever. Let me know what you think about this palette. If you have it, if you're planning on getting it, if it's in an anti-haul, definitely let me know down in the comments below. And also, if you'd like to see me use this palette in a tutorial, yada, 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 I've got other reviews all scheduled up and everything like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!